Hello Taurus, and guess what? Today I'm going to speak about the Taurian nature, the psychological traits of Taurus. So, when I think of Taurus, what comes to my mind? Strength, patience, silence, rigidity, stubborn. So this is what I see. But we start with this Taurus with strength, because basically Taurians are the people who are extremely strong. Look at a Taurus. When you look at a Taurus, the animal, the bull, when you see the bull, what do you see? You see a kind of a strong animal, right? The Taurians are strong. You can find them in each shape and size, but they are tough people. They are strong people. Extremely strong, extremely poised, grounded. As Taurus is the earth sign, so the earth is something that holds them. They have gravity. They are grounded people. You will never see a Taurian haphazardly paving through life and taking one day at a time. Never will we see a Taurus like this. They are extremely well calculated. They have a very well calculated life, unless they are having an ascendant of Gemini, where the energy is a bit scattered and they are not really fixed on one path. The Taurus is extremely fixed, not just on the earth, not just on their path, but in their ideas, in their opinions, in their views. They are extremely fixed, extremely structured, extremely framed. So it becomes very difficult at times to make a Taurus look at another person's point of view. If they are fixed, they are fixed. They will listen to you very quietly. They will listen to you very calmly. They'll smile at you. But at the end, they will, if they are not convinced about it, no matter how many hours you have taken to convince a Taurian, the Taurian won't budge an inch. This is what you all are about. You don't budge an inch when you're not convinced about it. There is no leeway in whatever comes into your life. There has to be, everything has to be really, structured and fixed. How do we spot a Taurian? If I go on a beach and I take a long walk on the beach, I can spot a Taurian very easily, because while everybody is nicely, swimming and doing things there, a Taurian would prefer to be nicely, lazily lying down after that big, hard day of work, or, hard year where the Taurian has strived a lot and has worked a lot. You'll see the Taurian very nicely, cozily, lazily lying down and looking at the sky and just enjoying this blue warmth of the sky, the sunshine, sipping some juice or maybe some hard drinks and just enjoying that cozy feeling. This is what a Taurian is all about. They have a very steady gaze. They will have very steady eyes when they look at you. This is a pure Taurian with a very steady gaze. And their love for security and warmth. This is what and how we recognize a Taurian. A Taurian the men usually, they have very, their neck is very muscular and broad neck. And we can see Taurians also who are really muscled, or they can be a bit plump or fat too, even the ladies and the men. But usually they have a very well-proportioned body. If they take good care of it, That is, Taurian, what I'm speaking about, you foodies. Yes, you love food, and that's why most of the time what happens is that this well-proportioned body gets a bit magnanimous or blown out of proportion at times. Why? Because they just love food. They love to eat, because this is the Venus effect on them. They love the pleasure and the luxuries of life. You can almost see the Taurian like a king or queen when they are at a banquet, or when they are invited, or when they invite at their place. You will see that they will have lots of things to eat. And when you see a Taurian eating, for me it's like seeing a baby sleeping. Oh, that's so cute. Just look at a Taurian eating. They are so full of, there's something very innocent about it. It's like they really enjoy food. I mean, the Taurus is the sign that really enjoys eating, enjoys the food. You give them ice creams, you give them cakes, you give them, roasted meat, or make them those nice vegetables, soups, and they are so happy when they eat. It's like a job for them, actually, which they have to do it with lots of devotion. They're devoted to this job of eating too. You might almost spot a Taurian waking up at night in the middle of the night, and what's happening in the kitchen there? I hear some sound, and then you see, oh, the Taurian has grabbed a sandwich or a chocolate or something, or just, eating something, munching. Oh, I just was feeling hungry in the middle of the night. Yes, why? What's wrong with that? So this is what Taurian is also all about. They love the pleasures of life. They love to entertain, and they love being very stable in life. For them, everything that brings security to their senses is very important. So you take care of all the Taurian senses, give pleasure in all the senses, and they are happy people. But the moment something is not okay there, if there is an imbalance, they will not be extremely content. However, they have extreme endurance in them. They can suffer quietly all their life without complaining, without saying a word. A Taurian, however, is the only sign that rarely gets angry, unless, of course, you have a Scorpio ascendant, or you have an Aries ascendant where you can explode easily, or a Leo ascendant where you can get upset easily. But otherwise, Taurians are not really the people who get upset very often. Maybe once or twice in a year. It's like a Taurian takes his girlfriend and is having something in a restaurant, and if somebody just makes a remark on his girlfriend, and the Taurian has not got angry for about a year, just this small remark will see this other guy flying off the window. This is how they are. Like, just once the Taurian gets upset, it's like a bull in the Chinatown. In a crystal shop, everything gets destroyed. Once a Taurus gets upset, you are on the path, you will be demolished completely. So once you see this quiet mountain of peace has got upset, run for your life. That's my only suggestion to you. Just run for your life, because then there is no saving you, not at all. No one can save you, because he will charge. This Taurus will charge on you, and that's it, it's finished for you. Because these people are extremely calm, extremely patient and silent. They are so patient, actually. They try to understand, and they don't want to react. So if Taurians are not provoked to react, they'll be very quiet and calm. But if you push them too hard, then they can get quite nagging. The Taurian women can get really nagging. Then you will like, oh my God, can't she just stop now, you know? But you don't know what you have been doing. Things have been piling up, piling up, piling up. And then they explode. And that time really you can be, if you are on their way, that's it for you. So what I have noticed for a Taurian is that they are extremely difficult to get upset, and once they get upset, there is no leeway for you. You have to, you know, disappear for some time, unless, you know, after months or maybe years, the Taurian calms down and might get back to you, or maybe not even get back to you. You have to make amends. Like, I'm sorry, oh, I did that in the fury of anger, in the spurt of, you know, of the moment. I didn't know what it was all about and things. And Taurian can easily forgive you also. They are great guys because they forgive easily. They are very generous with their real and true friends. There is nothing like a Taurian generosity. Extremely generous. They will treat you to a restaurant. They will, you know, they'll call you home. Normally, they are not the kind of people who love to go to restaurants and eat and things like that. A Taurian would almost call you home and treat you so well. To keep a Taurus happy, it's quite easy too. It's because they are so earthly and they are simple people. They are nice, intelligent and strong people. So to keep them happy, you just have to ensure that they are comfortable. They don't like this kind of extravaganza or, you know, pompous things. They like you to show them affection in the simplest way, but very honest ways. Like you cook them a nice meal and they are so happy. They will love it. And then, you know, as they are workaholics, this is one sign which is really, really a workaholic sign, like the Capricorn, they're extremely workaholics. So they work so much that at the end of the day, it's like the battery runs down. And at that time, when they come home tired, or when you get back to them and they have been at home doing lots of things, just you asking them how was the day and trying to make them feel comfortable, putting some nice soft music, or just, you know, massaging their hands with some nice scented oils, or just, you know, just massaging their heads, they'll feel so nice. Again, it's the satisfaction of the senses. Touch is extremely important to the Taurus. They love the idea of the touch. If a Taurus is in a relationship with someone where the relationship is not very tactile, or, you know, not very tactile, Taurus would become so cold. A Taurian becomes very cold when there is not this tactile display of affection. It has to be there. Otherwise, for them it's very difficult, because already they are so hardworking and so much in the dynamic side of life, is that their emotional side needs, the emotional side of the Taurian needs a lot of affection to cool down, to feel being taken care of. Because the Taurus is so dependable and would always take care of you. No matter what, the Taurus will always take care of you. No matter how tired they are, they will run to you whenever you need them. Or they will support you. They will show you the practical way of dealing with things. To keep them happy, you have to give them something soft to hold, because they just love this softness. They love soft things. So if you are a lady married to a Taurus guy, and if you have very, soft hair, silky hair, he would like to, just run his fingers in your hair just because it's so soft. They love to touch anything that is soft, like soft animals, soft hair, silk, something that is soft, because that kind of gets this softness in their lives. Not all Taurians are on the heavier side or a bit, on the very healthier, like, how do you say, fatty side. But there can be skinny Taurians also. But they are, even if they are really skinny, they will always be full of energy. And you wonder, how can this person achieve so much? Even if they are so skinny, they don't feel tired, because there is this inner drive, this determination to achieve. For a Taurian, as security and stability is very important, and as it is an Earth and a Venus ruled sign, they need to ensure that they are materially sound. So that's why they will make sure that they work hard and make money for themselves. And they will make sure that the money stays, not just working hard and, spending harder or partying harder. It's not that. A Taurian will always make sure that he is or she is stable and the family is taken care of. This family thing is a lot in a Taurian. You can never have a Taurian who doesn't care for his family or her family. They are so family-oriented people. It's very important. So you better know if you're a Taurian, if you're in love with a Taurian, you better know the family well and you are in good terms with the family, because that really matters to a Taurian. Because this is also, the family is again security for a Taurus. And they really need the support and the security and the well-being of everyone. So money, family, and being secure in their own job is extremely important for a Taurian. A Taurian can do any kind of job with ease. You can see them as a doctor, as an actor, as a butcher, as a road sweeper, as a surgeon, as a teacher, as a singer. Oh yes, singers. That reminds me that Taurians have lovely voice. They have wonderful voice. Some of them can be professional singers and the others can land up in the bathroom, singing in the bathroom, but they have a lovely, lovely voice. There's something very peculiar about their voice. This grainy, this kind of very grainy voice they have. I think the Taurian voice is quite a relaxing kind of voice, a very deep voice. Nothing to do with the water sign in the depth, but they have really this, grounded, earthly quality about their voice. When they speak, you really feel that there is this, like drops of water, like raindrops, tuck, 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 tuck. When the raindrops, when they fall on the earth, and the sound that it makes, it really resembles this kind of music to the ears. They have wonderful voice, very, very grainy and beautiful voices they have. So they can handle all these professions with great ease. And why with great ease is because they have tremendous stamina, dynamism and determination to really shoulder any job with lots of devotion and commitment. When Taurus comes to my mind, there is this other word that comes to my mind is perseverance and determination. Once they are determined to get something, I tell you, they'll never leave you. If they are determined to get you, no matter what you do, they will get you. They have their own ways. I know a Taurian friend of mine who was in love with this girl and she was not that interested in him. but he was really in love with her. Every day he was sending her roses, every day, every day, every day. And that did the magic, is that finally she gave in. She said yes to him. I mean, this is just a very small and sweet example that I remember. But they are really, they will not leave you. If they love you, they love you and they will not leave you. But you have to be very patient with them because they have their fixed ideas. That's the warning bell when you're with the Taurian. They are so good. They are patient, they are perseverant, but they can be very, very obstinate and rigid and stubborn. When it comes to their views, they need everything tangible. You speak about things in the air, they don't believe it. No. You say, okay, this, I can touch this is real. But something in the air, no, unless they are having some ascendance of water signs, but no, otherwise never. They are the ones who want hard facts. They are too factual in their nature. So that's why if you are a sign which is a bit, dreamy, like a Piscean, or you are more sensitive like a Cancerian, or more on ideas, creative things. For a Taurian, that doesn't really enter their very rational brains. For them, it has to be seen, it has to be tangible, you need to touch it, it's there, and that's it. It's very important for them. And that's where things can become sour for them in relationships. Their ideas are so fixed. So they come across as egoists in relationships. People might feel, oh my God, so rigid. When they don't want, they don't want. If you say to a Taurian friend, come, let's go to this place. But the Taurian might say, oh, last time I had gone there and I was really uncomfortable there because of maybe certain kind of things. And the friend might convince that, no, this time I will ensure that everything is going to be fine, let's go there. The Taurian would not say. And if you spend 4 to 5 hours convincing a Taurian, you have lost those 4 to 5 hours because they are not going to get convinced at the end of the day. So at that time, what you have to do, you have to say, okay, as you wish. And you have to leave the Taurian quietly with the soft music, with a book in his hand, and you have to go. Because there is nothing else you can do with it. Because you have to go without them, okay? Because once they have their certain set of fixed opinions and ideas, there's nothing to change them. I mean, the worst is when 2 Taurians are married, and if both are tired, and if both are hungry, and if the husband expects the wife to cook, or the wife is expecting the husband to get something from the restaurant, both of them won't budge a bit, and at the end, they are sleeping without any food, as stubborn as they can be. I mean, excuse me, but Taurus is the most stubborn sign of the zodiac. They can be extremely fixed on their ideas. You just cannot change them. If they have an ascendant of Gemini, they will listen to you, they will speak a lot. Usually Taurians don't speak a lot. They are people of few words and extremely important words. They are really monosyllabic in their language. Yes, no, okay, maybe. So you are like, oh no, can you please speak a little bit more? But no, especially the Taurus behaves like that in front of the object of their affection. They just cannot. They become tongue-tied when it comes to expressing their emotions. But they will look at somebody they love or are interested in with lots of, lots of affection. And the person in front might never notice that this person is in love with me or loves me or likes me, because they won't express it very soon. That's one more thing. Whenever Taurians do something, they take time. They take their own sweet time, and that means years. So my dear, if you are involved with the Taurian, have patience. You need to have tremendous patience with the Taurian, because Taurians are extremely slow when it comes to take decisions, very important decisions regarding their life. Unless and until they are not convinced that they want to do something, and if they are not convinced that this is a committed stuff or they are completely into it, they will never ever say yes. But once you have the yes, you don't need to worry. They will be the best people to be around with. They will take a lot of care. They will shower you with attention, with love, with lots of gifts, because as they are ruled by Venus, lots of perfumes and clothes and good food, and the way of doing it so romantically, you will wonder like, oh my God, like you'll feel like a prince or a princess or a king or a queen when you are with them. And that's something that it's very beautiful about Taurians. Once you have their love, it's for life. But you need to be careful of how you deal with their fixed idea, fixed opinions or opinionated minds. There you will have to be very, very subtle in dealing with them. Another thing about Taurians that I have noticed is that they don't fall sick very easily. They have very great constitution. They are very, very strong people, and they usually have very good health. They don't have any health problems. Of course, in later life, the health problems can come because of overeating. So they can suffer bladder problems, kidneys. Many Taurians can have problems with the neck, with the throat. Throat problems are often seen in Taurians because of the lack of expression. So it gets stuck in the throat, and then it is expressed, manifested by the body in a different way. So many times colds and coughs are extremely common for a Taurian to suffer. And ankles and backbone is also one of the region where the Taurians can be very, very, can store lots of tensions and have problems in later life. If Taurians take very good care of their health, like if they have a Virgo ascendant and instead of drinking this beer or wine, if they drink carrot juice, they can live for 100 years. Because already they are not very nervous kind of people. Yes, at times they can get a bit nervous, but they will not, start biting their nails or, freaking out or panic. No, nothing. They are very cool and very stable, even when they are in a panic, or a difficult situation. They deal with it with extreme intelligence, I must say, very calmly and cool. They try to show that they are cool, but inside of them, the body absorbs lots of things. And if they don't take good care of their health, then later, after their 40s, they can become overweight, then they can have some problems regarding cholesterol, regarding their kidneys. So they have to take care of all those things. So a Taurian will never ever love to go to a doctor. Unless the cold becomes a bronchitis and something bigger happens, the Taurians don't move. You give them the medicine and they will not take it. They believe in their self-healing and they feel that they can heal themselves. Oh, it's okay, it will go in few days. And that's why when a Taurian falls sick, they take a bit longer to recover. Because why? Because they rely on themselves to heal themselves. And have you noticed, Taurians, many Taurians, they will always have those locks, of the hair. Like they will have a bit curled hair, or they will have some fringe falling here, some kind of locks. Many of them I've seen that they have this kind of, curly kind of hair, some kind of fringes. That is also one of the things about Taurians that that I have noticed. Many Taurians have that. And they have very steady and calm eyes also. You look at them and you feel quite peaceful about them. But sometimes with the Taurian, other signs can feel a bit uncomfortable because they are so quiet that you feel, have I done something wrong that the Taurian is not ready to speak to me? But actually they are just like that, they are just themselves. And regarding family, as I said, the Taurians are really attached to their families. And many Taurians, they dream of having a son who would carry their name ahead. It's so important for them. This is like a treasure, the Taurian treasure of the family name, the family. It's extremely important. And there won't be a single Taurian on this earth who doesn't plan to have his or her own house. They always have this dream to have their own house. Even if they haven't, they don't have it today, but they will have it one day. It's always the plan for them. Again, is the earth nature. The earth, they're ruled by this earth, so this is the earth. Whatever is related to earth, they are really attached to it. Like you might see that even if a Taurian is living in an apartment, their terrace will be full of different kind of plants, because this is the earth thing, the nature. You propose to them a walk and they would love to walk with you. Or anything in the nature, anything regarding the earth, gardening, for example, plants, or walk in the nature, in the woods, they really love that because they need to feel that energy of the earth. This is how they are. Very dependable people. You can depend on them anytime you ask them for help, and they will always be there. This is how the Taurians are. Just that they have this little childlike rigidity inside of them that many a times other signs forget to cope up with, or rather cannot cope up with, because it's a child inside a Taurus. There is this child and there is this paternal thing that exists. So the child refuses to listen. Rather listens but refuses to budge from their opinions. But the paternal side of the Taurus is about nurturing, about protecting, extremely protective partners, extremely protective people, friends. They will not, leave you unprotected, never. They will protect you, they will nurture you, and they will treat you really good. Once they make up their mind upon you, that you are the one for them, there is nothing that will take them away from this decision of theirs. And then once they are committed to something, be it work, be it a relationship, be it their commitment towards their children, towards their family, even if they suffer in silence, they will keep giving you the best, and they will never make you feel that you are not their choice, or you are unwanted or anything. They will always keep on giving the best to you and keep staying with you, be by your side and completely committed to you till the end of the times. So if you have the Taurus in your life, don't lose them. Just take care of their this just one flaw that they have in them. I won't call it a flaw, because this is what is their driving force also. Their stubbornness or their rigidity is the driving force, because of this stubbornness, the way they get glued to anything, and because of this stubbornness that is inside of them, that takes them far in life and ahead in life, and makes them more stable and secured in life. And this is what makes them dependable also. They are not easily influenced. So that's one more good point about them. So thank you, Taurus, for listening to me. And I hope you enjoyed listening to your psychological traits and behavior as much as I love to be with Taurians and see them very closely. And you guys really make very, very great friends and very dependable ones. So thanks for being those dependable people and committed people. And take care. Even if you're rigid, I adjust. Bye-bye and take care. Take care. See you later. Bye.